Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're going to be having a look at the verse from The Birth of the Cruel by Slipknot. The tuning for the song is going to be dropped B, that is drop D 2 down 3 half steps. However, I'm sporting light gauge strings on this guitar, so I'm going to be showing you how to play this in drop D exactly as it would be played in drop B. Another thing to mention is that the time markers are going to be in the description below, so you can navigate this tutorial and kind of know where the explanation and the tabs for each part of the song is in this video. So that all in mind, let's have a look at the beginning of the song. Alright guys, so we're going to be starting off when the guitars first come in. The only thing that's going to be going on is just this little octave idea. Essentially, it's just 4 measures repeating over and over again. Now, what we're going to be doing is octaves on the 4th string. So, we're going to be doing this on the 9th fret of the 4th and 12th of the 2nd. This is kind of the shape that we're going to be just moving around. We want to strum that for a total of 16 times at the beginning. That's for 2 measures. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go back just a fret with the same shape. So now we're on the 8th fret of the 4th string octave. We're going to strum that for a total of 12 times. So that's just a measure and a half. So we have. Alright, now after that, we are actually going to hit it one more time after the 12 times, but now it's going to be kind of leading into the one after it. So it'll be going like this. So we're going to hit that 8th fret of the 4th string octave, and then we're going to go up to the 14th fret, still on the same string, same shape. We're just going up to the 14th fret, and we are going to hit that 3 times. So we have, kind of playing those 2 parts separately and then together. Alright, and then together. And that's pretty much it. So to recap the whole kind of octave idea. Alright, that's pretty much that. Alright guys, now afterwards we're gonna have this kind of riff. Alright, and it's just the same thing again, repeating over and over again. And we're just gonna have a very, very, very slight bend on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. Alright, it's very, I guess it's probably even less than a quarter tone. Just very, very slight. And you can do without it if that's what you wish to do. You can just do. But if you listen closely, it does seem like it's going a little bit. Alright, and those 2 bends are only going to be at the first hit and the last hit. Now, after you do that bend, you're going to bring it back to where it is and then hit it again. So we have. Now we're going to hit open, and now the last hit, like I said, is also going to have that bend, and it's also going to be on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. So we have, you just kind of cut everything off at that point, wait a bit, and then repeat it again. So we'd have. Alright, and that's pretty much that. Alright guys, now we have this. So we're essentially repeating the same riff we had earlier, but now we're adding the chords at the end. And these are all going to be power chords on the 6th string. We're going to start off open, 2nd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, and then we're gonna do open and then 2 and 3. So alright, now I'm gonna do the same idea again, but instead of like this, we're gonna do this. That's going 0 and then the 2nd fret on the 6th string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret on the 4th, 3rd fret on the 5th, and then 1st fret power chord on the 6th string. So we have altogether the entirety of this riff. Alright guys, and that's pretty much that. Let's have another look at it slowly with some taps. Alright guys, now the next riff is going to start off like this. So what we're doing here is essentially we're going to hit the low open 6th string power chord, and then we're just going to cut everything off immediately. So then we're going to do 2 quick alternate pick the palm mutes on the low open 6th string, and then we're going to play the open 6th string note. So then we're going to play the 1st fret and we're going to hold it there for a second. So we have, and then we go back to the open 6th string note. So what we have so far is, alright, now after a little bit of rest, you're gonna do this. It's gonna be do 2 palm mutes on the low open 6th string, and then you hit the low open 6th string note without the palm mute. And then you're gonna do the same idea again, but now instead of hitting the low open 6th string note at the end, you're actually gonna slide into the 8th fret with vibrato. So we have, alright, so what we have so far is, alright, now what you want to do essentially is just kind of repeat that again. So what we have is, but as you can see now we have kind of a different ending to it as in the second repetition of it. So the idea is after you do, right after you play that open, usually where there will be some rest, you're actually going to jump over to the 6th fret of a 6th string power chord. And what you're going to do there is you're going to chuck that power chord palm muted for 4 times. And then you hit it the next 4 times without the palm mute. Alright, so we have, alright, now after this, what's going to be happening is you're going to repeat this whole thing again. But at the end, instead of doing, you're gonna do this. So what you're gonna do technically is right after you palm mute the 6th fret of the 6th string power chord 4 times, now what you're gonna do is slide from that power chord to the 8th fret, and then you're gonna hit the 5th fret afterwards. So alright, and after that we're going to have a similar idea, but now we're going to be palm muting the 3rd fret of a 6th string power chord 4 times, and then we hit that chord, slide back to the 2nd fret, and then we hit the 5th fret power chord. So alright, so the first half of the section goes like this. The second half goes like this. Alright, and that is pretty much the end of that section. Alright, now when this riff repeats again later on, it's going to be followed on by the bridge, and the bridge is very similar. The first part of it is just this riff playing over and over again. Now this is just what we had in the riff we were just talking about. It's just 4 palm beats on the 3rd fret of a 6-string power chord, and then we hit it, slide to 2, and then we hit the 1st fret. You just want to repeat this over and over and over again until a point in time in which you're gonna change it up a bit, and then you're gonna be repeating this riff over and over again, the one I'm gonna play right now. So the first half of this riff is essentially the one we just played. It's going to be 4 palm beats on the 3rd fret of the 6-string power chords. Hit it, slide back to 2, and then hit 1. But the second part is a little bit different. When we play the 3rd fret of a 6-string power chord, we're actually going to slide to 5 instead, and then we play the 2nd fret. So the second part is like this. This is the whole riff. Alright, and I believe this will be repeated 7 times. It's going to be repeated an 8th time, but the 8th time is a bit different because it's going to have a different ending. What you're going to do in the 8th time is just... Alright, so you're just going to play the first part, and then we'll have 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0 in power chords, all palm beated twice. So alright, and that is pretty much that. Alright guys, so the second verse is essentially the same as the first verse, but at some point in time you're gonna hear something different going on. You're gonna hear a little... Alright, putting it with the part before, it will be... Alright, so right after you do the... You're gonna instantaneously go on into these kind of palm beat power chords on the 6th string, going 3, 2, 1 and then 2, 1, 0. Alright, so just... And that's pretty much that. Everything else is just the same. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed this lesson for the riffs from Birth of the Cruel by Slipknot. Be sure to check out our Patreon page in the description below. You can get some extra benefits and you can support us to keep making these solo and riff lessons. If you have requests, whether it's a solo lesson or riff lesson, leave it in the comments below. And that's all guys. Happy shredding.